Japan systematically erased an entire indigenous population from its history books. The Ainu people thrived for thousands of years before the Japanese government began their cultural annihilation in the 17th century, a suppression that continues today. The Ainu inhabited Hokkaido, the Kuril Islands, and Sakhalin long before Japan existed as a unified nation. Their culture flourished through fishing, hunting, and intricate spiritual practices that connected them deeply to the land and sea they called home. During World War II, Japan operated a secret facility in Manchuria that conducted experiments so horrific they rival the worst atrocities in human history. Unit 731, led by microbiologist Shiro Ishii, systematically tortured and killed thousands of prisoners through biological warfare testing, vivisections without anesthesia, and deliberate infection with deadly diseases. Japan maintains a hidden caste system that condemns millions to social exile based solely on their ancestry. The Burakumin, descendants of those who perform tasks considered impure during feudal times, face systematic discrimination in employment, marriage, and housing despite laws claiming equality for all Japanese citizens. Between 1932 and 1945, the Japanese military established a vast network of brothels across occupied territories, forcing an estimated 200,000 women into sexual slavery. These women, euphemistically called comfort women, were systematically abducted from Korea, China, the Philippines, and other Asian nations to serve Japanese soldiers in military-controlled facilities. In December 1937, Japanese forces captured Nanking and unleashed 6 weeks of systematic brutality that claimed between 200,000 and 300,000 lives. Soldiers murdered civilians indiscriminately, committed mass sexual violence, and burned entire neighborhoods while officers encouraged the carnage through competitions and rewards for killing. In 1910, Japan formally annexed Korea and began a systematic campaign to erase Korean identity from existence. The colonial government banned the Korean language in schools, forced Koreans to adopt Japanese names, and destroyed historical records that contradicted Japanese narratives of superiority and benevolence throughout the occupation. In 1877, the Meiji government faced its greatest threat when 40,000 samurai warriors rose in rebellion against the modernization that stripped them of their status, weapons, and centuries-old way of life. The Satsuma Rebellion became the final stand of Japan's warrior class, ending in brutal suppression that erased samurai culture forever. In 1638, the Tokugawa shogunate crushed the Shimabara Rebellion, a desperate uprising of 37,000 Christians and peasants protesting religious persecution and brutal taxation. The government slaughtered nearly every rebel, then systematically hunted down remaining Christians through torture, forced apostasy, and a network of informants that drove the faith underground for over 2 centuries. After surviving the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the Hibakusha faced a second nightmare within their own country. Japanese society shunned these survivors, viewing them as contaminated and unmarriageable due to fears about radiation sickness and genetic damage. The government that claimed them as symbols of peace simultaneously denied them medical care and financial support for decades. Japan's Ministry of Education systematically reviews and revises history textbooks to minimize wartime atrocities and colonial brutality. Publishers must gain ministry approval, leading to sanitized descriptions that transform massacres into incidents, forced labor into employment, and sexual slavery into vague references that obscure Japan's responsibility for millions of victims across Asia. These suppressed chapters reveal truths that demand recognition. If this investigation opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden histories, and share this video to spread awareness. History remembers everything.